but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt the break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I gang, and I gang. Get my way up, and I go, and I go.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Carr. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Tariq Woolen in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They go play action now. Jackson. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
That's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. They'll run for it. Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
1st and goal from the 3.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
James Cook.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Tariq Woolen. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman, and this is caught. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 50 yards. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Cook
is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. Again, it's Cook, and he will again go backwards as they drive him back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
3rd and goal, Jackson out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown! James Cook with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Carolina getting set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Trayvon Walker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. He's been really good in the yardage category, yet to hit the end zone, however.
A minor blemish against him right now because the work he's doing catching the ball, in some ways he's helping serve as good ball control because the big plays that he's made.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Carr. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Trayvon Walker. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Carr. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw is Carr. And connected quickly with Goddard. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Gay's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And Jackson throwing once more. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And complete right side to Cook. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Right back to Cook for another completion. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. James Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Carr. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Trayvon Walker able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Cook. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. His throw incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action with Jackson. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson. got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. After the sack on first down, Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Evan Ingram from 13 yards out. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been a result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down, a run with Gibson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up the third down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Catch is made by Hardman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Buccaneers.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's airing it out for Williams. It got his man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
A 41-yard gain. And the Buccaneers first down.
Gets it to Hardman. A jet sweep. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. James Cook with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this.
And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr got a man and he hits him in stride. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr to throw again. Got a man. It's Barrios complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On the draw, it's Gibson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Carr's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr. Touchdown, Panthers. Tyler Boyd. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Jamison Williams out onto the field as these guys take over on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Go ahead.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's got this to Williams, complete. There he goes left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Barrios. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Complete to Antonio Gibson. He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Carr going to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr again. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Carr. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete from the 21. It's 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And some room to roam now. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this, but to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. The coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Carr now on first down. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL. It's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Jackson on first down. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And they're going to speed things up here.
First down, Buccaneers.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, Charles, just impressive in all three phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line.
A big play there for Carolina.
And even 40 yards.
Carr now on first down.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing on first down is Carr. For the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point by Gain is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense.